Hello, hello, welcome back. Welcome back in our next live broadcast, and this time we're going to do some nail arting. The spring is always about the flowers, and we all have the clients that are loving the flowers, and I know you nail technicians are loving flowers as well. And this flower that I'm going to show is for the special request. Justina was saying I need to show how to do them, so that's no problem at all. I'm going to show it as well, and I hopefully show it this one, and I hope you're going to all like it. So while you're all joining in, let me just open the other device, and again I'm going to look here for all of your comments and any questions and any stuff like this one. I'm going to watch over there. So let me just clean my brush in the meantime, and then I will set up everything here. Maybe I will try to do it this way. There you go. I just flip the camera. I will just place it on a stand, and then you will see what we're going to create in this afternoon. We're going to use, of course, these are, I did in a couple of days, but I've also tried with the new gel polish teal teas, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to paint this design with the teal teas, and I will just improve on my lighting in here. So, oh, now it's much better. I love these flowers. All of these flowers are completely flat. They all have the 3D look, and I really adore them. They're really easy to do and really easy to paint, and I'm going to show you, of course, how to do them. So let me start. And I have my background here. My background already is with the gentle, just really subtle pastel ombre. If you would like to learn how to do ombre like this one, you're more than welcome to join my spring pastels designs course, when I'm showing various techniques how to do this ombre like that specifically for pastel. It's super fast. I promise you, it's super fast. It's super easy. But yeah, let me start with the teal teas, and this will be the gel polish, and I'm going to apply it. Oh, close this so much. I'm going to apply it on my paper palette a little bit. I will need it. And what I'm also going to use will be my liner gel white, pure liner gel white, and I'm going to place it on my paper palette as well. Just a little bit for the mixing. I'm going to use this one as well later for all of the shading and stuff. You're going to see what I'm doing. This is the wet on wet, if you would like to call it, technique. So once I'm applying my gel polish, I'm going to continue with the petals with my teal as well. So what I'm going to do first, the teal itself is not as thick as I would love to. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pick up a little bit, and I'm just going to add tiny bit of white just to change the consistency. What I don't want to do, I don't want to apply too much of the white, because then my color will be too white. So if I see I've applied a little bit too much, I'm going to add a little bit darker as well. So this is the original, this is the lighter one, but do not overdo it, and do not add any black to it, because the color will become gray and you definitely won't like it. Okay, so to paint these designs, I'm using my detailer number 3. Okay, I'm just making sure my brush is nice and sharp, and I'm going to start to paint my flower. Let me put this one a little bit higher, because then you will be able to see a little sharper what I'm doing in here, and I'm going to create this design. This is my inspiration. So I'm starting up with my mix, with my teal mix, and I'm going to create my petals. I'm going to make 3 petals. You can make 3, you can make 4. Just first a little shape. See, it's nicely covering. Hello, Karin. And then another one. So my background is nice and light, so all the pastel background that I'm sharing with you in my mini course with the pastel design is just absolutely ideal for this one. You can make it with the gel polish, no problem, within a second. So if you have this course, just have a look how to create this design. So I have this one. And I'm going to apply, maybe make opposite a little bit smaller one as well. Why not? So first I'm making the shape of my petals, and do not cure this one, okay? We're working on a wet gel polish. Do not cure it. Let it stay where it is. Okie doke, so my shape is done, my base shape is done. What I'm doing next, I need to clean my brush, so I'll just roll it. I'll use my little wipe as well, just to make sure everything is nice and clean. If you have too much pigment from this one, you can use some prep and wipe or base and top to clean it. It's really up to you. And now what I'm going to do, I hope you're going to see it in this one, but I'll just try to keep everything in focus. I'm picking up small amount of the gel. This is the amount of the gel I have, is tiny, okay? And I'm going to start with one side of my petal and place it, like press it in and mixing with my teal until we become more blue, 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 just like that. If I will see it's too white, of course I can change it later and just add a little bit more blue, but I'm trying to do it just on a one go, just like that, and picking up the new white while cleaning my brush. And I'm going to do exactly the same with my second petal. I need a little bit more white. This is not the easiest to do with the gel polish. The gel paints are much better. You know, the paints that we mix in for the one stroke and creating our own colors, these are ideal for these designs. But because we have this new blue, I have to try it. I had to try it, of course, and it's working well as well. It just requires a little bit more attention than the thick gel paints, but it can be done. And you can still, you will still see the end result. So I'm going to do exactly the same, a little bit too much of the white on the other side. One. And then these flowers are actually really, really fast to do on the client's nails. Any shape, you can make it, no problem. Just choose really pigmented products and you'll be fine. So this is my main thing. As you've noticed, I didn't correct anything. I left it as it is. I will still do my correction, but after curing. So this one needs to go to the light for 30 seconds, and then I will correct what I need to correct to make sure everything is perfect. So what I will need to do next, I'm going to use my blue, my teal teas in this case. So just a pure color like that. I'm cleaning my brush, making sure I'm removing all the white from it, so it's nice and clean. And I do all of this with my detailer number 3 brush. And now what I'm doing, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of color, and I'll just go opposite direction from the darker part, and I'm just going to make the lines towards the white, just to make it a little bit darker. If you see you want to clean something is not right, you can always clean your brush and do it this way. In this way you create a little shadows, but be careful with the amount of product. You don't want to overdo it. You think it's not, but the actual teal teas is really, really pigmented. Gel polish, and here and that looks already much better. And we're going to do exactly the same on a bigger part. So this is my edge of my petal. Just applying a little bit of white, just clean it. And moving towards the white. I'm creating like a little lines, so it's not like a smooth transition. So I'm still creating a little bit of movement with my brush. And I can do it because the liner gel, pure liner gel, is really, really thick and is really structured. So I'm able to do it. If I will just use something that is more liquid, if that makes sense, more fluid, then I want. And then just a little bit more in the corner here, pure dark color. And I'll just use pure dark in here as well, just to have a little bit more separation from my petals and add a little bit more 3D look. You can see this one is nearly done, but of course it's all about details, and we're going to add more details. And to add details, the middle part of my flower and little extra, I'm going to use the gel polish Black is Black. Just a little bit on my paper palette, tiny amount I would even say. We'll need nearly nothing. And what I'm going to do next, I'm going just to pick up a little bit of black and create the middle part. Now, it is important not to make this like a big circle that you would think just nice and even. Make it uneven, if that makes sense. Just dab it a little bit, just like that. And then the other one as well. See, I'm not curing this. Okay, now I'm going to clean my brush because it's black. Again, I'll picking up my wipe, making sure everything is nice and clean. And with the same brush, I'm going to pull gel polish Black is Black towards the outer side. Just a little bit, be careful. This gel polish is super pigmented. It's just like tiny movements with the dry brush. So brush doesn't have any product on it. We're working with the product that it is on the nail, because otherwise you just pull too much of the black. I'm cleaning my brush, and I'm going to do exactly the same in the opposite. You guys watching, I can see, but there's no comment. So let me know if you have any question, if everything what I'm saying and showing is really visible, because there are a few details that are important here, but I hope it is visible. I'm just going to add a little bit more black in the middle because I pulled too much. Okay, am I happy with this one? Yes. This one goes to the light for 30 seconds or so. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up a little bit of my TLTs. I think I'll need to apply a little bit more in here, because I may have the problem with the ratio. And I'm going to pick up tiny amount of black, but you can see it's like literally nothing, and just place into this one. That will make my teal a little bit darker, tiny bit darker, but not no gray, because we don't want this design to be gray. This design needs to be nice and vivid and colorful. As the spring flowers are blooming, we don't want to have any gray in this one. So if you apply too much of the black into the teal, you will create some gray shades that we really don't like. And I'm picking up small amount of the product, and I'm going to add a little bit more shadow under my white corner, just a little bit more, not too much. So it's just playing with color, playing with shadow, playing with consistency. And I just clean my brush just to make sure it's not too much. I like it. Okay, now it's better. And I will do exactly the same on the other side. Just a little bit. That's better. That will just add a little bit more 3D look while we keep, and you can see everything is super flat. Okay, we work in a really tiny layer. Even if you look on the reflection from the light, it's super fine. Everything is super flat. I could easily just leave it like that, or just finish with the extreme matte top gel on top of it, just like that, and will be perfect. Okay, let me cure this one now. Around 30 seconds curing, and now I'm going to switch into fine line brush, and you can use any brush of your choice. I am going to use the Jessica's choice just because it's here. I don't know where my blush brush is. I'll just make sure everything is nice and clean, and I'm going to use pure liner gel white for the details. So I'm picking up a little bit of product and I'm loading my brush in, making sure everything is perfect there. And I'm going to make the outlines for my petals. Make, of course, the white part a little bit more white and sharp. Okay, this part. Be careful with this one. Again, do not overdo it. Do not cover your previous designs, I would say, part and the shadow. So just a little bit, just to make the outlines. So the lines are really fine, and I am working with pure liner gel white for this one. I'm not adding any extra product to it. I'm just picking up a little bit more, and I will just add a tiny broken bit, tiny line, just a little, just to add a little movement into my flower. And I will just create another border, a little bit more vivid, a little bit more sharp. Here the lining as well, and maybe here on the top I'll just create a little folded bit. Why not? Just to make my petals a little bit more interesting. If you do any folded bits like that, do not make them on all of the petals, because it doesn't really look natural anymore, especially if you make them all in the same spot. I used to have the tendency to do it, so I had to change that, and I need to be really careful myself. So here a little line as well. Okay, so this petal is done. I will just correct this little bit in here. Maybe make one more next to it. Oh, that's better. Okay, so this one is done. And I'm going to move to another side. And I will just repeat myself in here. Tell me guys in comments if you ever tried the design like that. These are always popular for spring and summer, and these are so easy to do. Oh, too much of the product. And of course you can make this one in any other color. It's just because I love the new teal teas and I had to try it. if it's working for this design. Of course, if you want something to work that will work, you'll find a way. As they say, if there's a will, there's a way. Tiny lines. So I'm sitting quiet because I'm just trying to focus, not to make a mess. You can do everything with your liner gel. Pure liner gel white, of course, if you find it a little bit easier, and if you're not 100% sure about this one, if it's working pure, you can use your mixes. You can use the Jessica's mix. You can use your own mix by adding a little bit of different products. So this part is done. I'm just checking if all the lines are there. And if I'm happy with this one, maybe I'll just correct here. Okay. Now, this one goes to the light for another 30 seconds. And of course, if that will be my client, I will just do another next nail on this one. And I'll just wipe my brush. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them, like connect everything together with my base and top. You know, the flowers painting in general. I love it, especially under the mat. I'm not a huge fan, although I could do it with this one because it's super thin, but I'm not a huge fan of applying the Extreme Matte Top Gel straight on top of my flowers painting and stuff. I always get the feeling, I'm always worried that they may just become gray. So I'm trying not to do that. So just the base and top. Nice and thin layer. Oh, nice. And you still see the lining and the texture from the liner gel white. And everything is nice and vivid, nice and smooth. Don't need to build anything on top. It's just so fast, so easy. And this one goes to the light. 10 seconds is more than enough. And I'm going to finish it with the Extreme Matte Top Gel. Extreme Matte Top Gel that we use in, I think, the whole weekend. Absolutely must have top gel if you're looking for the matte surface for any type of nails, not only for the nail art but also for the client. I'm shaking my bottle, making sure it's there. And once this one will be curing, I'm going to prepare myself because I still need to do a few things. So if I want to finish my nail in a shiny, this is how it looks. But I want to add a few more details to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to finish in matte. Nice thin layer. Okay, I think that will be the fastest life that I did today with this flower because it's super fast. The painting this one is just ideal for the spring, for the salon, for the salon really. Now what I'm going to use, I'm going to first add a little middle part, and you could use the white, but why not to make it a little bit darker? And for this one I'm going to use the Sage's beautiful yellow color. But no pure. I'm going to place a little bit of my paper palette, and I'm going to mix it with the white that is here, just with this pure white, just to make it. Okay, just clean my brush because otherwise it will be super yellow. Oh, now it's a little bit more toned down. It's not as bright as the Sage's, but also have a little bit more coverage and change the consistency. So when I'm going to make my dots in the middle of the nail, they will stay where I place them. So it's a little bit more control you will have. And I'm just using my small brush, my Jessica's Choice, and I'm going to place dots, tiny bit, one bigger, one smaller, and try not to make them all the same, just alongside my petals, just a few. I think that will just bring my flowers together and just give it a nice finish on this one. And then the other side as well. See, all the dots are there and they're not connecting, they're staying when they are. So adding a little bit of the liner gel to my gel really makes a difference. So I'm going back to the light. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little of the little drops, and these drops are the raindrops. And for this one, I will need my brush, small brush, so you can still use the Jessica's Choice. Make sure this brush is now super clean, so it doesn't have any traces of the white or the color or something. And you can use the Supreme Finish or the Magic Shine, any top gel of your choice. I'm going to apply a little bit in here. Now for this one, you need to cooperate with your client. So when you make the drop, the lamp needs to be either on a sensor or working. And you need to tell your clients that there's like no talking, no looking, nothing. They need to go straight to the light, okay? This is really important. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to place the light on. So we'll be on, oh, sorry. And I'm picking up a little bit of the product, placing the drop. And this one goes to the light right away to cure it, okay? So it has to be at least flash cure, so it has to be super fast, otherwise we'll just spread everywhere. And we really want to, and now we can see, and we really want to have this drop staying there. So if we leave it for longer than necessary, we won't have time. So I'll, next to it, I'll just place one smaller, nice, to the light. So with the client, you need to be fast. So be aware of it and tell your clients they need to cooperate. This is really important. And then I'm going to add maybe one on top flower, not too many, okay? Do not go crazy with these drops, just a few. And try to avoid the cuticle area, try to avoid the side walls, keep them in the center. And then they won't make your nail looking bulky or anything like that. And we can make some drop as well, somewhere in between, maybe here. Nice. Oh, light, come on. And for this one, 60 seconds cure is our end for the Supreme Finish. We don't need to cover anything else. Our say cheese with the white, because it is a liner gel white, it doesn't have to be covered with any top gel, will stay where it is, won't change the color, I promise you, so you don't need to worry about this one. Okay, yes, but beautiful out there, washing finally dries outside. That's good. Now I can see the comments, guys. How much extra would you charge for this nail art? Inga, if I'll have like 2 nails like that, I'll charge maybe $5 for 2 nails, if with just 2 flowers, because these are super fast. What are you using to make the drops? Just Supreme Finish. Just Supreme Finish, but you need to be super quick. If you would, you can also use the Magic Shine when you can be a little bit slower, because it's a little bit thicker, the Magic Shine. So if I will have the handy, maybe I'll use the Magic Shine. Or you can use the top gel from the jar, but then the top gel from the jar, you will need to cure double time. So if you think about this, it's just, yeah, it's just not worth it. It's better to say to the client, yeah, this is it. So pretty. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you so much. So here we go. Design done. All done. So I'm going to place it here. That could be See, for these 2 nails, if I'll have 2 nails like this one, I will charge £5 and £5, and then I'll have the tenner for the clients. Oh, that will look like a little composition. Or this one as well, because that also is the ombre underneath. So then for the ombre, you need to charge extra as well. So really depends how many nails you will do, how many things. But for example, with the ombre, I'm just making it super quick and stuff. But now, if I think about this, the fact that I'm quicker, that doesn't mean I need to charge less. I should actually charge more, because took me years of practicing and learning to do it. So why not? This is it. Okay, so I'm here. I don't know why I'm not seeing all of these comments now again. Oh, it's so annoying, I'm telling you guys. So comments. Okay, now I have it. Beautiful, beautiful, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I'm so happy you like them. If you want to take a screenshot, take a screenshot. And if you try them, have fun. Try different colors. Try different combination, different gel polishes, different placement of the flowers. 1, 2, 3. Just really up to you. What you want to do and what your client would love to do, because this is quite important part of this one. Let me just flip the camera over. There you go. This is it. Stop lighting away. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this one. I'm sorry I was really late with the comments, but I don't know, too long, doesn't want to work. Anyway, yeah, it's 4:30. So as I mentioned, was super quick. I will take a picture and I will post it later of all of these designs as well. And I will see you all back at 6 p.m. And then at 6 p.m. we're going to do some designs with Shapesit, and I'm going to do some inlay designs with Shapesit, with the Shapesit dual forms. I love dual forms, you know, so yeah, why not to play a little bit, because it is still a trendy nail. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and I will see you all at 6 p.m.